So when it comes to Natsu, we know that he's had various power-ups throughout the series. We know that one of his first power-ups was the Dragon Force. I'm gonna be honest, Dragon Force was so dope because it was basically like the Super Saiyan of Fairy Tail. You know, you got Natsu just straight up getting scaly, his power increasing, everything, and he just looked so amazing. Dragon Force was one of Natsu's first power-ups, and it still actually is effective to this day. We know that he's used different types of Dragon Force, you know, like the Lightning Fire Dragon Force. That one was dope seeing that one because that one, it kind of looked like Super Saiyan. Like, it actually looked like a Super Saiyan. He had the yellow around him, and, you know, Super Saiyan's yellow. So, even though I said that the first one was like Super Saiyan, that one had, like, the appearance of it. And then we even see later on down the line, we seen stuff like Natural Dragon Force, which is my favorite because he ends up looking like a dragon. So, we know that Natural Dragon Force, that's basically, like, the final form of Dragon Force that we can assume, or at least that's the last form that we've seen so far. But when it comes to Natsu, I do believe that he will have one more power up, and that power up will be his E.N.D transformation. Now, if you guys haven't read the manga, I'm not going to spoil too much, but Natsu, he has transformed into E.N.D once. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to go into detail, but we've seen his E.N.D transformation, and I think that was just the beginning. Now, for starters, the appearance wise, it didn't really change too much. I mean, all he really had was just flames around him, and I think it was cool looking, but I do think that once we actually do get to see a battle between like Natsu and Zeref, I do think that that'll actually flesh out his E.N.D form. Now, like we know, E.N.D, he was basically created in order to defeat Zeref, so I think it'll make sense if we actually do get to see a full-on Natsu E.N.D controlled form. Like, I think that it would be perfect if it was against Zeref, because then he'll be able to finally come out E.N.D, because when he was first introduced in the manga, I'm not gonna lie, he wasn't really focused on that much, but I do think that once he actually does fight with Zeref, we will actually see the true E.N.D form, because like I've said multiple times, I believe that when Natsu first transformed the E.N.D, that was more of like a, I guess say it's his first form, or it's like a prototype, you know, or it's just like him getting used to a power. I don't think that was like his full-on transformation. So once he does get his full-on transformation, I expect his power to increase, like just spike up, and he'll be on some acting Logia shit. Like, he's gonna be so strong. I also do expect his appearance to change. Maybe he's gonna get horns. I would love if he got horns because he'll look demonic. E.N.D, demon, duh. You guys get the reference. And I will also like it. This might be just me being a little bit too fan servicey, but I would actually like if his flames did change color. Now, obviously in the manga we don't know what color his flames are because they aren't colored, but if his flames didn't change, I would like if they did change because it'll give him a more demonic look. Maybe like a black or something. That would be cool. Just imagine the black and red flames. That would be amazing. But overall, are you guys excited for E.N.D? I know that I am. I was excited when we first saw the little glimpse of him, but once we see the real thing, it's going to be amazing. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.